What's up? It's Team MBL. I'm Music by Lucas.
And Lauren C. Ray, and we are here in Bali.
If you want to know what we're up to while we're traveling, you can check out this week's vlog on Lauren's IGTV.
Also, Lucas has new music coming out on Armada next week, I think it is. So
Yeah.
Get excited for that. It's a really, really cool track, and you guys are really gonna like it.
So we found 5 things that every successful DJ and producer has in common, and that's what we want to go over in today's video.
Yes, because we found it really interesting that they have all these things in common, and that these things, I think, lead to a more successful career. So we're hoping that as we tell you about each one, that it'll help you become successful in your career as well.
Number 1, they create their own path. So when it comes to creating their music and their brand, they don't just follow what's popular. They don't just go for the short-term gain. They give a piece of themselves to the world. They pull from their emotions, they pull from what inspires them, and they create something new.
And that sometimes takes a while to get to that place. Maybe they start out doing what's popular, but they figure out kind of what works for them, what works for their audience, and then they go with it. So make sure to do things on your own terms, do what feels right, create your own path, because sometimes what you're doing right now actually becomes the popular trend in the future, or becomes just popular in general. So you're staying true to yourself, doing what you really, really loved, and then it becomes popular. And I think that's a better feeling than just trying to chase a trend that maybe doesn't relate to you or doesn't feel right to you.
Exactly. Like, for example, Don Diablo really came into his style, and as Future House began to really grow, all of a sudden all these people have flocked to him, and now he's like the leader of the current
Like when you think
House.
Future, or even Future House, or just Future in general, you're like Don Diablo.
Yeah, exactly. And he's developed his own area within that genre, because obviously it started with Chami and then Oliver Heldens, and it's moved into now him kind of running that area of Future House. And
he loves it.
Yeah.
And he's having so much fun doing it, which is really, really cool, because he stayed true to himself, like what he really loves. Because just imagine if you became really, really popular, or maybe big on something you just did because it was a trend or something you felt was right. You're gonna end up hating your career that you've created, or creating like the thing that you did, because it's not gonna really be fulfilling for you, even though you're famous. So it's not worth it in the end.
Exactly, and people are always gonna compare you to whoever the leader of that trend is. So if you try to do like Don Diablo's Future House, even if you're incredible, people are always just gonna compare you and say, oh, it sounds a lot like Don Diablo.
Don
And you won't really, you won't really be able to get past that. And that's why it's so important to be able to do your own thing. Number 2, they make you feel an emotional connection with their music. We all know the songs that have like done something in our lives, or made us feel something, or like made us get so inspired that we were like, I want to become a producer, you know, that kind of song.
Yeah.
And it's because they wrote it with passion. And so when you hear the song, that passion transfers over to you, you can feel it. They also write from being inspired, and so a like-minded audience.
Or like what inspires them. Like they're like, this sort of thing inspired me, it's inspiring me. And then they write that kind of track too, which of course, like Lucas was just saying, they're like-minded audience, because their audience obviously likes their music. They're gonna feel inspired too, because they have the same kind of taste in music, you know?
Exactly. So how you can do this is you can stop treating music like math, or like it's an engineering, you know, situation. Like, I feel like a lot of people are so focused on watching a million track tutorials, or trying to like do those tiny little EQ mixing techniques, or like making the perfect kick, and the music isn't even there yet. Like, the emotion isn't there yet, the passion isn't there yet. So you're doing these like little effects, and like, it's just not something you have to worry about quite yet. So focus on the music first. Make something that you feel something for. Like, put yourself in the studio and just make what you're feeling inspired to make, and then show it to your peers, people that you trust, people that are better than you, and see what they say about it. And surround yourself with those kind of people, because then once you get that feedback.
Right, get that feedback, or you can even have them like do the tiny little like mixing problems or whatever. You know, you can have someone help you with those things, but just getting a finished product is like the key, I think. Because even with me, like editing something, like I'll be editing something and I'll be like, well, this isn't as good as like, I'll just like do the comparison thing, which is I'm sure what goes through your guys' mind when you're making songs, and you just kind of want to stop doing it.
Exactly.
But when I just get it done and I'll edit it, and maybe it's not like as good or as great as someone else, it's like, I still am really proud of it, and it's really good. And you know what, I'm working on getting better, and that's all we can ever ask for. It's just making sure we did something that either put a smile on your own face or put a smile on someone else's face. And that's all that really matters. It's not really about like it being so amazing, because there's always somebody better.
Yeah, so focus on the music first, and then you can do those little mixing things. You can research all that stuff. You can make those final adjustments when you have the right track.
Number 3, they don't do it alone. So really successful people like to surround themselves with other successful people, other positive people who lift them up and not tear them down and don't give them those negative vibes, you know, that put you in a bad place. They surround themselves with great people, also qualified people. So for instance, they're not trying to do the most and do everything themselves, which is a really hard thing to do, and we totally understand that because we've started out doing everything ourselves. So to let those tiny little things go, whether that be creating that track cover for you or maybe doing a collaboration for the first time, just kind of letting all that control go, it's really tough at first, but it's so much better when you have other people surrounding you and helping you, because you can all support each other, which is always a really good thing to have.
So how you can do it is just look around you. See who you're surrounding yourself with. Are they people who are going to lift you up or people who are going to put you down? Are they people who are going to give you feedback? Are they better producers than you? Are they going to teach you things? Are they going to help you grow to that next level?
Yeah, and you might be thinking like, oh, well, no one in my country or no one in my school or none of my friends produce, so it's okay if you still have these friends that don't produce, as long as they're supporting you and giving you positive energy and that sort of thing. And if you're looking for other producers to support you and to give you feedback on your tracks and stuff, of course, you can join the Discord where you can find your like-minded people. Of course, you can join the producers team, which is an online music school, which we have, where you get one-on-one with Lucas and you learn all these like classes and things like that. All these things, of course, you can do. It's just, if you have someone in your life that's really bringing you down or causing you to feel bad about yourself, or negative towards your career that you really, really want to do, maybe it's time to kind of phase that friendship out, because successful people do, and so should you.
Number 4, they start a movement. So after all of their hard work, they get to that audience that they have now. But it doesn't just happen, and they put a lot of love and care into that audience. It's like having like a garden or something. Like they're constantly like checking in, like making sure that they're taking care of their audience.
Yeah, and also like creating content or music for their audience. It's just like basically a friendship between you and your audience, and you guys are going to get there too, and you're probably already starting to get a little bit of an audience. So make sure you're always replying back to your
to your comments.
DMs or your comments, or you're giving them stuff. Even if you are like, well, I don't ever have any track releases, so how can I give them some of my music? You can give them an amazing Insta story, for instance. You can add something to there. Yeah, you can even do a Q&A about like tips and tricks for your producer audience, if that's who you have, or if it's just friends from your school audience. You can kind of fill them in on like what you're working on and stuff, because they're gonna think that you being a producer is pretty cool, because they're not a producer. And if they make comments like they're mad at you or don't think it's that cool, it's just because they're a little jealous, because it is really cool. So just keep moving forward and keep putting stuff out there for your audience. And also, if you do get any like interact back with your audience.
Take time out of your day, because whoever interacted with you in the first place took time out of their day.
Yeah, they like you. That's
and you have
a great
to remember,
thing.
like, your audience is the reason why. Like, if you become successful, your audience is the reason behind a lot of that success. Like, they were there. They were the ones that gave you those views. So you have to give back to them as well. Number 5 is they keep going. They know there's no finish line. Like, if you ever notice, like, successful people, after they win a Grammy or play a big festival, like, those are lifelong dreams for many people. You would think, like, oh, they've achieved it, but they don't just like quit. They don't throw the laptop away or like throw the piano away, stop producing.
Yeah, because they get more goals, or maybe their goals change and they're still going after certain things. It is about the journey.
Yeah.
And that's the most fun part. So right now you're just in a part of your journey, and that's what you need to remind yourself, because you're thinking, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I haven't gotten here, I haven't gotten here. Even if you haven't gotten signed to a label, say that's the most basic goal in your mind or something like that, you're still in your journey, your journey towards something, and that's really cool. And you have to remember that.
No matter who you are, no matter how big you are, you always have new goals, new journey, new things in mind. And so we're all kind of similar in that way. Like she was saying, like maybe part of your goal is to get signed to a label, but maybe Don Diablo or someone's other goal is to like work on this new album or whatever their goal is. Maybe they want to make a movie, maybe they want to do, I don't know, but everyone has goals. So just keep
going. Don't compare yourself to others, because every person has this different journey.
Exactly.
Even if you all have the same goal, it all happens differently. So just appreciate the difference and appreciate your own journey, because seriously, comparison, what do you say? Comparison is the thief of joy or something?
Yeah.
Totally true.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep going. And I hope these like 5 things kind of helped you see more clearly, or maybe it's there's one of the steps that you're like, ooh, that's the one I needed today.
Yeah.
Anything like that. And if you also have noticed like similar things, and don't say they all have money or something like that in the comments unless you want to. Write something else you've noticed about people that you want to share, because we love to keep this a community and for people to learn from other people.
Yeah. And if you have questions, head over to our Discord after party, because that's where you can ask those questions. Yeah. We do it every week after our video premiere, which is why you should also hit the bell button so you know when the premieres are happening.
Don't want to miss out on the after party either.
Exactly.
You just don't.
This week we actually have Sticks.
Nice.
He's I think that's how you say it, STVCKS. He's from Spinnin' Records. Yeah. And amazing duo of producers, and you can ask them questions, you can ask us questions, and head on over there.
And don't forget about the producers team, if that's something you're interested in after hearing this.
Yeah, we have weekly classes. It's an online music academy. We teach you everything from sound design, from branding, all the things we talked about in this video, but one-on-one. So we have Skypes, and we have just so much going on, and dozens of success stories.
So if you're like doing your career and you want like a quick question answered, that's a part of the producers team. Every Sunday we've got classes, different things about the music career. If you can't join the producers team, you got the Friday nights, you got the Discord party and everything like that. But if you do want a little bit more, and we have the time to give it to you, the producers team would be the thing. So head over there to the after party and like this video if you like it, and subscribe, because that's what smart people do.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see you next week.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.